All right, welcome to another episode of Ugly Thirds Loose Threads. It's been a while. The patches are piling up, and now it's time to finally put one on. I've been sitting on this gorgeous St. Louis Blues Barbashev jersey for quite some time. Got it at a ridiculous price on eBay. It's a first-year jersey with the button, but Shrem's already shows you can take that off fairly easy. I don't think I'm going to, but the options there. And to put the Stanley 19 Stanley Cup Finals patch on it is going to be the thing today. I've done just about every other make of the modern era. I guess if I go back and find something from Pro Player or Starter, I'll do that as well. But let's go ahead and put this on this jersey and show you how to navigate an Adidas jersey. Granted, this is before the whole new eco plastic stuff, but it counts, and I'm sure I'll get one of those soon enough. When looking at this and trying to photo match, it looks like a lot of them are way left of the logo, but of course you get into the vents here, and the retail ones go right above the logo, and that looks stupid. So we're going to put it, as I found, one game worn one, where it's essentially as close to that mesh as you can get. The blues almost stabs right through the cup, and so I'm going to glue that down right there with a little bit of my trusty fabric fusion, and go ahead and then stitch that down. In testing this before I glue it down, it's not fully in my armpit. That's what I really want to be sure of. So I'm not going to go like right to the bleeding edge, but it is going to be close. Because once you get it in here, and it just gets really annoying and hard to wear, and that defeats the purpose. So we're gonna get as close as we can get without being the ridiculous retail version. All right, just a little dab will do you. Just enough it's not moving around. Certainly don't want any glue bleeding out. So like I said, a little bit away. Press that down. Make sure there's nothing behind it. And that'll do. All right, so time to get that on the machine. All right, so at the sewing machine, first off, I can't believe how heavy this sucker is. This jersey is quite a lot of weight, which blows my mind because I just got a first-year Phil Kessel Penguins jersey, and all the numbers are flat and one layer nonsense, and this is triple stitched. I don't get it. It's not what happened to Adidas. Is why is there so much wide range of quality between, say, different jerseys, even within the same teams? Like, everything is all over the map. I have no love for this era. This is a very nice jersey, though. Now, the thing I've noticed in trying to put on some numbers is that Adidas doesn't like to move. It doesn't shuffle through, which Fanatics is the same thing, but it's different because the top will move and the bottom won't. This is not the same thing. It's just a whole lot of it does not like to be run through, so you're going to have to force it with your hand to do a lot of the movements. Don't expect the machine to just run it through. Sometimes it will, but you're going to have to watch your stitching gap a lot on this. And I don't love how many corners there are on this era of the Stanley Cup Final logos. Ridiculous. Let's cut that down, shall we? My constant refrain: make sure you're getting over the edge. So one stitch through, one stitch off, because these will fray if given enough time. And so that's what you're locking in the edges of this patch to make sure that it doesn't fray. That's the entire purpose of this. So just be careful as you do that to ride that along that edge. You can see as it ramped up, it definitely didn't move forward. So I'm going to have a bunch of stitches that are much too close there, but it's all white on white. It's not going to notice a lot. Nor has everyone been perfectly on and over. But that's the nature of some of these things. Big, thick, heavy jersey. I'm not complaining. It's a good thing. More of them should be like this. The other thing you have to be watching is it stretches. If it stretches and you sew it down, well then there's going to be a pucker there until you completely undo it and redo it. So, yeah, this fabric jumps all over the place. Very stretchy when you don't expect it to be. Oh, what are you doing? So I had a bit of a pucker in the fabric, and it was just simply how it was being held. So by releasing it, it seems to have gone away. Get this loose thread out of there. Okay. All in all, it is a very jumpy, uncooperative fabric. And I did this the hard way. Get out of their sleeve. A very jumpy, uncooperative fabric that made some of these edges very difficult. And I'm going to pull out that stitch right there. That's going to bother me. But other than that, it's going to go pretty all right. Thick patch certainly left an odd... give it one wash and that's going to look normal. But that's Adidas. And did all right. Did all right. Not the easiest. Certainly not the easiest. All right. So there you have it. Actually, not the hardest job. Patch wasn't the easiest. The fabric is tricky. I don't recommend doing this if this is your first jersey. Did not want to practice on the Adidas. This takes a bit of experience to get the feel for this one. And if, you know, keeping it on an edge and being able to manipulate this right without it causing puckers, I imagine is going to be a bit of a struggle, especially for those who are just starting out. So definitely don't do this early on in your collection. Go to CCM, maybe some Reebok, and then when you're comfortable, get to the Adidas in your collection. It's weird because it's not like the Fanatics shoes with that thick fabric. The top and bottom of the fabric move differently. It's not like this. And it doesn't feel as stretchy as Reebok's fabric, but somehow it's just a little uncooperative. Not that it didn't come out well, not that it can't be done, but a little more experience for this one before you don't ruin a jersey. That's really the takeaway. Then this, again, is the first year of the Adidas. I will be working on some era ready. Already bought the jerseys. Patches are on their way. So stay tuned, and we'll have more tutorials like this. I'm John for Phil and Shrems here on Ugly Thirds, this episode of Loose Threads.